have the pleasure of bringing up the stage the Economic Community of West African States Commissioner for Tourism. He's in charge of promoting private sector tourism, and that's Mr. Traoré. Mamadou, please put your hands together for him as he makes his way up the stage.
Sure. Bonjour, Jos.
Welcome. How are you? I can hear you.
Vous m'entendez?
Okay, so French it is, right?
Yes.
Good.
Please.
So this is the part where if you don't speak or understand French, you can put on your headset. Right. So, the Economic Community of West African States, also known as ECOWAS, is a regional political and economic union of 15 countries located in West Africa with a combined current population of more than 400 million people. And, sir, you help direct tourism and help manage industries in this region of the world. First of all, give me a quick idea of the losses the tourism sector in that region has experienced, and then we can take it up from there.
Très bien. Je vous remercie, Jos. Et je remercie aussi les organisateurs de ce forum mondial sur le tourisme de nous donner cette opportunité à la commission de la CEDEAO de prendre part aux échanges qui ont lieu ce matin et pour partager notre expérience, en tout cas dans le domaine du développement.
I wish to thank especially to the forum organizer.
Et vous aurez profité pour transmettre aux organisateurs de ce forum les chaleureuses félicitations du président de la commission de la CEDEAO et pour la qualité de l'organisation. Donc vous me posez une question, mais avant cela, j'aimerais rapidement, vous l'avez commencé, introduire la commission de la CEDEAO.
Firstly, if you wish, let me describe our commission. As you said, in 1975, with 15 countries, we have established this in West Africa. The union was established under contract and agreement of other countries, and to have joint action in economy and tourism. Of course, this has been the legitimacy of financial agreements amongst our countries, as we had agreements done before. Our integration before, our coordination before was solid. And in 2014 has begun officially by our organization and has developed from a small regional tourism policies to national level. And on 2019, with the leaders of our countries arriving in the summit, has developed into a regional substantial tourism plan. Of course, this is very important for our countries. As you know, tourism in our region is crucial for our economy. If you look into the region, especially, you will see almost 40% of some of the country's economies rely on tourism, and in this 40% includes regional tourism up to 5% of some countries' incomes.
The area, that's where the bulk of the revenue comes from. But the pandemic has undercut that, right? And I want to know if you are thinking of inter-regional, interstate tourism until everything goes back to normal, if ever, before international tourists can begin to come. Tell me about that.
Très bien. Je pense avoir bien compris votre question. Et effectivement, le tourisme régional en Afrique de l'Ouest était fort dépendant.
Of course, especially in Western Africa, the tourism sector relied on international tourists, and it was developing on this path until the COVID-19 hit. And because of it, the development of tourism halted, and we had to develop new strategies. And in the region, interstate and intercontinental tourism was our new strategy. And on the global scale, we see more and more interstate and intercontinental tourism strategies emerge, as we have different capabilities amongst countries. And because of this, we realized we can be even stronger in face of such crisis. Of course, we see the results clearly, as you know, also, and our previous speakers has also expressed the importance of impact of the COVID-19. We in interstate and regional tourism strategy plan, we believe our strategies can develop. We talk about 173 million population, and of course, with the urbanization of 42% in the region, 65 to 75% of the population are youth, and we see a 25% of the population in the middle class, in which shows us that regional tourism is possible. And we see that strategic economic cooperation and this strategy has enabled us a free trade, interstates, and transport of people and goods freely in the region. And so any ECOWAS country, all the countries in the ECOWAS may freely visit each other. No visas or such are hindering this process. Many steps are involved in our programs. We have 5 large programs and 39 action plans on paper, and these activities and meetings we have hopefully will strengthen our tourism in the future.
We both know that ECOWAS is one of the most organized regional bodies in Africa, with existing political infrastructures that could drive tourism between the countries. For example, we already have a unified passport that could help you travel easily. And it works very well. And we have other economic projects that are functioning. Are there plans to look at joint tourism projects, like annual festivals and cultural projects that could foster tourism within the bloc itself, since we're now looking inward until the rest of the world opens up?
Oui. Nous avons au niveau de...
Of course. ECOWAS, on ECOWAS level, we have joint projects and investments. As we have joint development programs, and we see many events, cultural events, take place in our region. For example, we have annual meetings for cultural cinema and African arts. we have festivals about African arts, and it attracts tourists, I must say. And tourism, of course, let me say, for example, compared to other African countries, we also have safari tourism, but aside from safari, unique to our region, we have events take place in our region aimed for tourism. We have over 3,500 kilometer line of beach shores and 150 World Heritage sites recorded on international organizations. For example, we have in Mali, we see Tenme Mosque. In Tobruk, we see the historical university building. And in Jinne, we see forests, which are really interesting and features an interesting fauna unique to region. In Togo, we can see similar scenes. And I must say, the Dogon people, Cosmogon, is well known in the region. And we have way more than what I could list that are very interesting places to visit. And hopefully this will be benefit to our tourism industry, both regional and on global scales. I believe our new positive red zone, our borders, I must say, rather, will be strengthened by our tourism, interstate tourism, and our peoples and our populations must be at the center, always at the center, whenever we take any kind of action.
Well, I'm working in English country. That's true.
And that brings us to
But
the end of this session.
I am more comfortable in French.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I totally understand.
But I am ECOWAS. I am ECOWAS. At ECOWAS level, we have three languages: Portuguese, French, and English.
Yes,
Okay.
that is right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been speaking to ECOWAS Commissioner of Industry and Private Sector Promotion, Mr. Traoré. Mamadou, I hope you learned one or two things, or maybe even five, from this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Merci beaucoup. Je vous en prie.
And thank you everyone for listening.